Yo, we got a special guest in here today. DC from Auburn Addicts is with us today, y'all. How you feeling, DC?
And I'm good, man. I'm glad to be here, man. Y'all invited me over today, man. It's a pleasure to talk sports, man.
Family.
What's up? Hey, Marcus, what we talking about today, man?
Man, I want to know who is the hottest player going into the finals, man. Who we got to look out for, man. Who you?
It's gonna be an interesting discussion. It's gonna
Hey,
be.
Man, he might. Hey, you never know. But Nick, what else we should talk about, bro?
Hey man, since you know the NCAA is basically becoming professional sports, we're gonna talk about collective bargaining. So we're gonna see what that look like. All right.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, water cooler talk coming up next.
I like that.
Let's go.
Get ready, because you're now listening to Water Cooler Talk. Covering everything sports and sports news. In the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, the pros, the collegiate level, and everything in between. If it's about sports, then we're about it. So keep it locked to the absolute coolest podcast. Now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome to the Water Cooler Talk podcast, ladies and gentlemen, the coolest podcast in your ear. My name is Nick Frazier, and the other person you hear him or you see him, tell them who you are, boss man.
Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go. Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you hear our voice, you know what that is. Wednesday, we are back around the water cooler giving our perspective on sports. As you can see, we teased it in the opening. Got a special guest in here with us today. All the way from the Auburn. Here y'all with the Shador.
I'm here, baby.
From Auburn Addicts. I got DC Wolf.
They might kick me out. They might kick me out by halftime, but I'm here.
How you doing, DC, man? Everything going well?
I told you, man, I'm excited, man. I get to talk sports, man. It's a blessing, dude. So I get to be on the channel with the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. It's a blessing to be able to talk sports, man. I feel good vibes, man. Let's go.
Man. Thank y'all so much. Thanks so much for joining us, man. As always, man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear. And side note, me and DC have a show that we do every Sunday called Have You Heard? So go check that out over on Auburn Addicts channel as well, man. Fellas, we got a nice little lineup today of what we're gonna talk about, man. Y'all ready to go ahead and get this thing started?
I'm ready, man.
Let's go, man. When you hear the crowd, you already know what that means. It's game time. It's kickoff, it's tip-off. One of them is happening. We either on the hardwood or we on the gridiron. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what comes first. Let's go ahead and we headed to the first quarter. Let's go.
It's now time for the first quarter.
Woo! Thank y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk podcast, coolest podcast in your ear, man. Let's go ahead and get some business out of the way. Make sure you subscribe, like and share the video using hashtag WCT Pod. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on Twitter. It's called X now at Coolest Pod 23. And of course, on our Facebook page, man, follow the Water Cooler Talk podcast Facebook page on Facebook. And if you listen to us on the audio version, you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or iHeartRadio. I forgot for a minute. Hey, type in Water Cooler Talk podcast and you'll see the picture of me and Marcus on there. Subscribe to it, like it, comment, man, rate the show, man. It help us move up in the rankings so more people can watch us, man. So we appreciate y'all so much. Let's go ahead and get into this first topic, man. The NBA Finals. It's coming on tomorrow. The NBA Finals are. And the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. This is going to be a good series, man. A lot of people saying this is going to be a small ball series. So the question that we're going to have for this right here, man, we got a lot of important players in the team. Got a lot of big names in this series. Question we posing right now. Marcus.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who is the most important player in these NBA Finals right now?
If we want to be technical, going off importance.
Yes.
I'm going importance. I don't think it's just one player. I feel like the collective role players for both teams, for each team to win, they role players have to step up. For Dallas, if Dallas want to win, I feel like a PJ Washington has to knock down consistent threes.
Agree.
I feel like the center has to put up a fight because Dallas is typically small in the inside. We go Boston. I feel like Derek White has to put up a good showing. I feel like Drew Holiday has to step up and guard Kyrie and take him out the game, or guard a Luka and take him out the game. I feel like Al Horford has to knock down the traditional open threes for Boston to take it. That's what I'm saying. But I don't want to single it down to just one player. But if I were to single it down to one player, I would go Jaylen Brown for Boston. Jaylen Brown has to step up and be a great second option for Boston, I feel like, to compete and beat Dallas.
Okay. So you saying Jaylen Brown or number one option?
I feel like Jaylen Brown has to step up and be a valuable number two option, if not number one on some nights. It's a long series.
So you said Jaylen Brown number two? He won the MVP in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Man, but you see getting all the love going into the finals, though.
Okay, all right, I hear you, man. I hear you. DC, what you got, man? What you got on?
Man, I'm gonna have to go. I wanna take Luka because he's giving 28.8 points a game in these playoffs. But I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Kyrie with 22.8 points a game. And the reason I'm saying that is because intangible. Kyrie Irving has to do it without LeBron James.
Oh
wow. Okay. We bring in LeBron.
This man got something to prove, man. He got something to prove, man. And I think a part of the reason they broke up, and this is just me thinking, I think part of the reason they broke up in Cleveland is because I think Kyrie felt like a second fiddle. I think Kyrie didn't feel like the man. I think everybody gave the praise to LeBron James and like, well, he's just a second wheel. He just looped to, LeBron Bo. You know what I'm saying? Bo got all the attention because he was a blonde. You know what I'm saying? He drove the General Lee, so Bo got all the attention. So I think I got to get the Kyrie intangibles. He has to win this thing without LeBron James to make himself a legitimate number one.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving.
Here's the thing, though. Is Kyrie number one right now on the Mavericks team?
He's not. Luka is. He's not. But what I'm saying is to cement his legacy, to come from under the shadow of LeBron James, just being, it's just like when Shaq left first when he won it without Kobe. It was like, okay, man, Shaq won this thing without Kobe. Of course, Kobe went and won a few more. But my point is, yes.
All right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. You good. You good.
My question is because you've seen a lot of basketball. So if Kyrie wins one, where would you rank him amongst point guards in your ranking?
Ooh, Kyrie, he wouldn't be in history. In history. Oh my God, it's a lot of point guards in history, bro. I'm sorry, Kyrie. It's a lot of point guards in history.
Okay.
He wouldn't be in my top 10, bro. I'm
Whoa!
He wouldn't be in my top 10, man.
That's pressure. Hey, we got time, DC. We got time, DC.
I really have to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, because you got, you got your Isaiah Thomases. You know what I'm saying? You got your Magic Johnsons. You know what I'm saying? Then would you? Let me ask you this. Would you classify Jordan because he was a shooter?
I'm gonna call Jordan a two guard.
Jordan was a guard, man. He was a guard.
He a shooting guard.
Yeah, okay, but he handled the ball a lot though.
Honestly, yeah, because his point
guard. What would you
Kobe handled the ball a lot too,
right?
But Derek Fisher still was the point guard.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but I know, but it's like, okay, that's just like, man, you splitting roles, bro. It's like when you go to college football and you got a tight end that flexes out and plays a lot of receiver. Do you just, that's hard. That's a hard because people I look at and classify as guards are points like Michael Jordan, bro. He had the ball a lot, and I know by definition he not. You know what I'm saying? But then you got Isaiah Thomas, bro. You got
him over Jason Kidd.
Oh my God, you got Jason Kidd. You got Nash, bro. You got a lot of dudes. You know what I'm saying? In that point guard era, you will have to say, I would have to, think about that. But all them players I just named, bro, I just named what, and y'all took Kobe, y'all took Jordan away from me. You know what I'm saying? That's twos. Okay. But I just gave you 5 right there off the dome. And I ain't even thinking, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even really digging or going on the internet and getting in the stats. And I gave you 5 right there. I'll take over Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Which ones I named that you would not take over Kyrie Irving? Would you take Kyrie over Magic?
No.
No. Would you take him over Nash?
No.
Would
in the traditional sense, okay, let's put it like this. In the traditional sense of what a point guard is, no, you will not take Kyrie over Steve Nash.
Okay, would you take him over Magic?
But you gotta look at it now. We are in positionless basketball.
I get now. So no, you trying to go positionless now. See, I was trying to go positionless, but
the man Houdini with the ball, like.
But I was trying to go positionless, and you was like Jordan them was us too.
When
I tried to go positionless, you shot me down.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But in the traditional sense, Magic really could have been
Magic was a
point, but Magic was literally like a point forward almost.
He played all of them, but by definition, Magic was a point guard. You know what I'm saying? He was the one. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Thomas was a 1. Bro, out of them, I just named. Kyrie got to get in the back of the bus, bro. Give me. I just gave you 5. Magic. Okay. I gave you Isaiah Thomas. Okay. I gave you Steve Nash. Okay. I gave you. Who else did I give you?
Jason Kidd. I'll put him up there with
Jason Kidd. I gave you Nash, bro. Who you gonna put off the bus and put Kyrie on?
If he win another ring, I'll put him up there with J Kidd.
Okay, Jason Kidd. I get maybe.
Then
you got John Stockton. Then you got
Stockton.
You got Stockton.
Number 1 though.
Huh?
I said Stockton number 1 though.
I don't care. I don't care if Stockton didn't win nothing. Man, Stockton was the G, bro. I'm taking Stockton right now over Kyrie Irving, bro.
Wow.
Right. At their prime. At Steve Nash, Stockton and Kyrie Irving, I'm taking Stockton at his prime, bro.
I'm taking
Stockton was a dog, man.
I'm taking Kyrie.
Stockton was a dog, man.
Hey, first off, do my audio sound? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if my audio sound it went out over here. Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can. As long as you stay right there.
Okay, all right, let's keep going. All right, so let me give my person. So I think the most important player in this series is Kristaps Porzingis.
Okay.
He's playing game 1. He's playing game 1.
He's playing game 1.
But Nick, question: do you think he's gonna be on a time management?
Probably game 1 he will be. I mean, because like I said, like I tell you, when you're dealing with a calf injury, the first thing I think about is Achilles tendon. Oh God,
that's what I'm thinking, Nick. Like I'm really thinking he's gonna come back and get hurt.
That and see, like KD did in the what was it, the Western Conference Finals that year when he got hurt, he came back and popped his Achilles. And he was KD was balling in the game, and he just made a move, and his Achilles popped, and it was over with. That was the last time you saw him in a Warriors uniform. But no, I think Kristaps Porzingis is going to be the equalizer because if you look at it, Kyrie and Jaylen Brown cancel each other out. Luka and Jason Tatum cancel each other out. Who is going to guard Porzingis?
You're going to have to put PJ Washington on him.
He ain't big enough.
I don't think so either. But that's if Porzingis is healthy enough to bang though.
I agree with you though. And Gaffer is what they biggest player down low, and he not big enough. I think Porzingis.
I definitely agree with that. Size is Dallas' problem.
Yeah, size is Dallas' problem. And that was the thing. But you know, it is what it is, man. But nah, I got a feeling. I think Porzingis is gonna be the key in this game, going forward. So we're gonna see what happens, and we're gonna go forward from there, man. Hopefully we can get this stuff to work. Can y'all hear the? Can y'all hear that?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
You hear the-
you talking about,
you
you
hear
tap
the-
the mic?
I hear you talking. I don't hear the drops.
Oh, you don't hear the drops?
No.
Hey, we just gonna have to ride this one out then.
Hey,
ladies.
rock with it, baby. Rock with it.
Sir, we going to quarter number 2.
Rock with it.
Rock with it. Quarter number 2, ladies and
Rock
gentlemen.
with it, baby.
Yeah, what it is, man. But we appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking us in the first quarter. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
Awesome.
That's good. That's good. Hey, we having technical difficulties over here on the board right now, so we're gonna have to call this thing manually as we see it. So yeah, let's go ahead, man. We're gonna head to the second quarter right now. We'll fix it. We'll fix it some type of way, but it's not a problem at all. Not a problem. All right, let's go ahead, man. We in the second quarter right now, man. We know that college sports is basically becoming professional sports.
Mm-hmm.
Some people agree with it, some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in light of this decision that happened with the NCAA, you know, schools can now directly play players. There's going to have to be some type of collective bargaining that is going to happen in order for this to be successful. Now, how does that collective bargaining work? And that's the question we asking right now. How will collective bargaining look in college sports going forward? DC, I'm gonna start with you. I want to get your take on this and see what you think.
Man, I think well, in the NFL it's like what, maybe 51 49% or something like that, where they're at least getting nearly half, and then the owners are getting half. Man, the players, I think our collective bargaining in college football gonna look like the players still getting cheated anyway. Because man, it's like, one, they got the NIL, so they still got us tipping the players, just like in a restaurant. They want to pay them $2 an hour and let the patrons pay their salary. So that's what NIL is. And then now they're going to come in and try to up the salary to minimum wage and have a salary cap for all students of $20 to $22 million a year for each school. And that's big schools, because we know smaller schools probably can't afford that budget. So I think it looks like, man, I bet if you like really put the numbers down, where if in the NFL you have like a 50% count of that deal, I bet they probably not even getting 25% of the revenue. I don't even know the number, but I bet the players aren't even getting 25% of the revenue. So I think the collective bargaining for college football looks like the players still getting cheated, but they probably getting a little something. But it's not going to be equal like the NFL or near the NBA salaries or something like that. They just like breaking them off to keep everybody quiet,
Right.
So that's how I think it was.
Well, I think honestly, the first thing that they should fight for, if in the future of college sports, is better healthcare for college players. So that's one thing on the board when if it does get passed through, or they do come up with certain, because I think it has been a proposal by student athletes like last month. They came up with a proposal to come up with a student athlete collective bargain, and bring it forth towards the NCAA and schools and conferences, so they can have a collective bargaining with them. And just because they didn't want to be tagged as employees, so it would have to go through Congress, because amateurs under federal law are not allowed to be considered. I mean, to get paid as that. But so I just feel like if they do get it pushed through, they should tackle all the issues that the students want first, like from healthcare to just taking care of their families long term, because at the end of the day, football is a violent game, and they are getting a lot of profit off of these students in their blood, sweat, and tears. So
that sounds a lot like an employee to me. If they offer you health care and they offer you benefits in retirement, that sounds a lot like an employee. That's what if you ask me that question, that's what it sounds like.
But the thing about it, what I was reading is, Nick, what it seems like is the NCAA don't want to let go, and they're not going away without a fight.
They doing what? What they got to let go of? They ain't got nothing to hold on to.
The thing about it is, that's what I'm saying. What we didn't know is they take care of the healthcare. They got policies and stuff like that. The underlying issues like that they still can. DC left the building. Is he still on your screen?
No. He disconnected, but he'll be back. I'll get him back on.
All right, but so I was reading, so I didn't know I didn't know that they still have control over those like healthcare policies and all that. So that's a big thing that, like you said, if they want to take all the power away from the NCAA, you got to take all the power away. So what I was reading is they said a player or organization has to fight against them or sue them and get them out of the picture.
Okay, hold on. I'm a little confused on what's going on. So you're telling me that the NCAA, which is what a lot of employers do, is they take out what's called key person insurance on certain people. So basically, so basically what you're saying is the NCAA has insurance policies on
probably the conferences.
Players.
No, the conferences. So
the conferences. The conferences have policies on players.
No, they have insurance policies with the conferences. So basically, all the schools that's governing. But you have to get rid of them. You have to get rid of their policies because they got policies. Policies are instilled for a reason. So if you sue them, it has to go through Congress. And with the collective bargaining agreement that I was reading from the players, they didn't want to get considered employees just yet. But they said, it's basically their collective bargaining was basically an olive branch to the NCAA to not go to court and fight it, to give the NCAA an out. Because if they do go to court, it's gonna get ugly for the NCAA, I feel.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around what you're saying. So basically what it sounds like, and this isn't in any organization. So in any organization, you have where normally the business takes out a insurance policy on either a key person in the business or the CEO, just in case something happens to them. They can insure that person. They can pay for the next person that can come in and be ahead of that organization, or there's a key person. Like, for example, if you had a business and you had one person that ran payroll, or that was the over accounting, that's really risky. But you had one person that did that. That person became incapacitated and they weren't able to fulfill their job. That company would put an insurance policy out on that person to insure that position. So basically, they're making themselves the beneficiary of said person's insurance, which happens all the time in America, ladies and gentlemen. So that's not new. So you're telling me that these conferences have an insurance policy with the NCAA. This is something new that I'm learning. They have an insurance policy with the NCAA over all student athletes.
Yes. So it says in this article, they want to compose a collective bargaining agreement full of NCAA players, and the CFBPA wants the rights to allow athletes to negotiate payments, revenue sharing, and gain traction with the country's most powerful conferences. This will give them the right to bargain, will give athletes more say in NCAA policies and allow them to negotiate more comprehensive Medicare, as this has been a top issue on many athletes' players' mind, with football being such a dangerous sport.
Okay. Well, yeah,
but because amateurs do not have collective bargaining rights under federal labor laws, this proposal is only possible if Congress passes a law allowing student athletes a special status.
Yeah, that's not gonna So yeah, they gonna have to be considered employees of universities. Which,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And to me,
what article is that? What source is that?
this is from The Gist.
The Gist.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to look them up and see what's going on with that. All right, that's cool. But to the collective bargaining, what I think should happen is, I think collective bargaining should be conference wide.
Yeah.
Instead of it being, you having this huge collective bargaining agreement with all collegiate agencies.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It should be the SEC should have a collective bargaining agreement with its member schools. The Big Ten should have a collective bargaining agreement with its member schools. ACC should have one with its member schools. Same going down the line with the Big 12. That's how I think it should be. The reason why it's so effective in the NBA and the NFL is because you're only dealing with, in the NBA, you're only dealing with 30 teams. In the NFL, you're only dealing with 32 teams. So it's easy to deal with smaller numbers of people than it is to deal with a broad number of individuals.
But
that's
question,
going forward.
If they consider themselves employees, don't you think that, like, I agree with that. I feel like if they could go ahead and like push away or accept the label of employees, that right there would push away the NCAA to allow that collective bargaining to take place. Do you feel like that, Nick?
Say it again now.
I said them accepting the label as being employees would allow that collective bargaining to take place with the conferences. Don't you feel that way?
Them becoming employees would take away collective bargaining from the athletes.
I said we would allow them to begin collective bargaining with the conferences instead of, trying to go through to the NCAA and the conferences, all the avenues that they're trying to collect the bargaining with. It would just focus on the conference. If they
it does. Yeah, I agree with that, because if I'm hearing what you said correctly about these insurance policies, I think the beneficiary of these insurance policies are the conferences, if I'm not mistaken. So they already have that in place with them. So why is the NCAA involved? Just because they have rules that they trying to enforce and things, stuff like that. Like I'm just trying to understand, why are they even involved in the situation? Like what's the point of them even being at the table when it comes to collective bargaining? That's my thought process on it. It should the collective bargaining should be with the ones that actually, in my personal opinion, how I feel. Everybody knows how I feel about it. Makes a decision. Which are the commission for these conferences. That's where I believe the collective bargaining should be. It should be between the commissioner of the conference and the member schools. Each member school should have an athletic representative, a student athlete representative to go along. If the athlete representative is considered an employee, that can take care of the faculty as well, because technically they'll be faculty in the school if they become employees. So if you have that, like for example, the SEC has 16 schools now. So you have 16 representatives that lobby on behalf of the student athletic student population of that school. And they come together and they collectively bargain with the SEC. And because that's how these schools, that's especially when it comes to football, that's how they get paid through these TV contracts. You making $1 billion in TV contract revenue, and each school is getting what, $80-90 million, something like that. So you determine how that money is going to be divvied out, per sport. That's just how I see it.
So are you saying one person per sport? Are you saying one person is going to speak for all of the sports?
One person per school, one student athlete per school speaks for all sports.
But the thing about it is, I think the thing about it is, if they become employees, they can form a union. They're under different federal law, labor laws.
That's what collective bargaining is. It's a union. That's already a union. That's what a collective bargaining agreement is. Same thing with the NFLPA. NFLPA is a union. It's a union for the NFL athletes. They are already a union. The bargaining agreement that they agree with between the 32 owners in the NFL and the player association, that is a union. So you have DeMaurice Smith, who is the attorney for the Players Union for the NFLPA, and then you have the 32 owners, who's represented by Roger Goodell. So Roger Goodell is fighting for what the owners want, and DeMaurice Smith is fighting for what the players want. And there's a player rep that does the same thing. Same thing in the NBA. Chris Paul was the player rep for the NBA PA for the longest. And Adam Silver, well, before him, it was what's my guy name? Oh man, David Stern. David Stern was the one that was on behalf of the owners of the NBA. He was negotiating on their behalf. So it was Chris Paul and who I don't remember who the lawyer was for the NBA PA at the time, or still is, but they were fighting for what the NBA PA rules, what they wanted, and David Stern on behalf of the 32 owners was fighting for what the owners wanted. When basically it came down to money, whatever the split was. So that's what we did.
But do you think that'll work? Do you think that'll work, bro? That you got to think you're talking about one entity is representing all sports and negotiating for all sports. Think about how much difficulty it is just for the football side of it, or just one representative for basketball. You talking about on a college level, and this is why college is so difficult, man. It's like you talking about one person representing football, basketball, soccer, equestrian. Dude,
you got an athletic director that represents all sports at one school. I mean,
they're not coming negotiating, a collective bargaining agreement. That's
eventually,
what I'm saying.
They may have to in the future.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, bro, that's just a lot for one person to represent basketball, baseball, football.
I feel what you're saying.
That's a lot for one person to. I could,
it got to be strategized better than that.
That is a lot for one.
I mean, how many players?
You're gonna have a lot of demands coming from a lot of different places.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, that's understandable.
Because you got different sports. You got if you, like you said, collective bargaining for all sports. You got baseball, basketball.
No, let me be clear. It's collective bargaining per what the conference will give each school and how that will be broken down. So all right, we're running over time, but that's fine. So this is the structure. So I'm using the SEC as an example. Okay, so you have Greg Sankey, who is the commissioner of the SEC. We're going to use Auburn as one school. You have John Cohen, who is the athletic director for all sports at Auburn. Okay, what I'm saying is the student body, the student athletic body at Auburn gets together, elects one representative that will represent on behalf of all student athletes at Auburn to let Cohen know what the school and the athletes want. And Cohen, who's already going to be representing Auburn by himself, is going to be the one that collectively bargains with the other ADs from other schools to come together to understand what needs to be divvied between all schools based on what his school want, and how can it be fair to be sent to Sankey, because Sankey is the one that they're basically debating with and negotiating with. That's what I mean when I say to that. So you have all athletes at one school that elects one representative, one student athlete representative that lets Cohen know, or that student athlete representative can go with Cohen to whatever meeting that they have to go to with Sankey and whatever board he has and stuff like that, to let them know what each school, what their school want, and then those schools come together and decide how to fairly divvy up that money. That's the only way. I mean, that's how it works. That's how it works now.
It all goes back to what DC said in the beginning. Somebody finna get shorted. It's too many.
Man.
It got to touch too many hands.
There's no perfect ruling to it, because you'll have schools like Alabama who will say, "Well, I deserve more because
somebody finna get shot."
I've been carrying the conference for a while. You'll have schools like Georgia that'll be like, "Well, I deserve just as much because we won national championships too." So are we sitting here saying Vanderbilt deserves the exact same amount as Alabama or Georgia or Auburn or Ole Miss? I mean, of course. I mean, yeah, it's no perfect situation, and nothing's gonna be perfect. But you got to find the best situation that's going to make a solution to where everybody can be somewhat fairly compensated. And even when it comes to schools, all sports are not going to be the same because all sports aren't revenue generating. Equestrian ain't gonna get the same thing as football. Nobody wants to an equestrian match,
right? and that's see, I'm not arguing on that level. I agree with you totally about Sankey, you know what I'm saying, and then the athletic directors and have a representative. I think the problem is going to be like what Marcus said, it's going to be on the bottom level with when you come and I'm a football player and I tell equestrian, y'all don't deserve what we deserve, bro. We never gonna get to the mean because we're gonna be in a room arguing over I deserve. I'm saying the players are gonna be arguing. The basketball gonna say, hey man, we deserve this cut of the pie. Baseball, everybody gonna be fighting for their cut of the pie.
Gonna get shorted.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Somebody issues are gonna hit the board.
Yeah. It's not. We're not arguing what you're saying about. You know what I'm saying? The structure, I think the structure, what you're saying is perfect. We're saying like on the bottom level with the players, I think there's going to be infighting. See, the players are not going to even make it to the meeting.
I agree with you. They're
going to be somewhere arguing.
I agree with you.
They're going to be arguing with the rep. You know what I'm saying? Gymnastics is going to be like, bro, no, football get more than us. Equestrian going to be like, bro, we got horses that need hay, bro. We need this money.
You see, even when at that being, that's just one level of it. When they get to the next person, the next person got to figure out which issues are the issues worth even bringing up.
That too. Yeah,
so it's gonna be a lot of issues that fall out. They're touching too many hands, man.
Yeah, because if I'm a football player, I'm like, bro, I don't care about no horseshoes, man. And y'all need horseshoes and hay, bro. Who need put them in get a horse and some grass? We fight,
but that's
man.
the thing. That's the thing, though. When you get to that point, you're gonna be looking at it like, yo. I mean, equestrian, yes, you won a national championship. Golf, yes, you won a national championship. But are you bringing money to the university?
Yeah, and
that's what you realize in America. We live in a capitalist society.
Yeah,
capitalist society. If you ain't bringing no money to the table, ain't nobody gonna listen to you.
But that's not how it works with Title IX, though. Unfortunately, right?
You know what?
That's not how it works.
Exactly. And if you're an employee, you're an employee. We all get paid the same, right?
We get paid the same thing, bro.
You are correct.
I don't care how much money the assembly line maker bring into the plant.
Yeah,
shoot, my forklift getting the same job done. I just gotta work as hard as he do.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's
all
the problem.
All I'm saying is we are in a new era of college football, and this is going to be interesting to see. I don't know if they will get this taken care of in a year. It may not be. It may be 3 years before this get 3-4 years before it get clearly. We understand what it is. And by that time, it may be a new transition in college sports where we talking about something else.
You gotta get the middleman out the way, man. You gotta show the NCAA that like you've been preaching for so long that they don't got no power. You gotta get them out the way. Once you get the middleman out the way, you can focus strictly on conferences and players in school.
But that's
you gotta get, like me and DC was saying, it touching the problems are going through too many hands. Once you get rid of some of the hands, then you start getting more solution.
But see, this is the thing though. Now you bring up a whole other situation. Now, if you take the structure in quotation marks of the NCAA out, now you have to determine. Now you're gonna start getting things like what the SEC and the Big Ten are doing. This determine if they're gonna break away and start their own league. Now, if they start doing that, now they can pick and choose what schools can be in their league. And now, if you do that, now it becomes so much easier to collect the bargain because now you know exactly who's in charge. You know exactly who the board is that you have to collectively bargain with and what money, what revenue they distribute between teams. So that it goes back to my point of why the NFL and the NBA is so successful because as people know, the NFL and the NBA are nonprofit organizations that make billions of dollars every year. The owners are represented by Adam Silver in the NBA and by Roger Goodell in the NFL, and the players are represented by a player rep and an attorney. And it's not that many of them. Like I said, go back to what I said. It works better when it's less people. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why I feel like collective bargaining is going to be better between conferences and schools, and even to a more minute situation, probably between schools and the players at that school would probably be the better way to do it. Mm-hmm. The less people that's in it, like y'all saying, the less hands that's involved, the better and cleaner it can be. That's how it is. That's just how I see it. What y'all think about it?
No, I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
All right, that's what's up. That was a great conversation.
Yeah, it was, man. That
was
awesome.
Conversation, man. That's a great conversation, man. It's just if you're listening to us for the first time, this is normally not how the show goes. Now, at the beginning, you heard the intro, you heard all that stuff, but I'm having technical difficulties over here with sound right now. So that was the second quarter. So we in halftime right now. Normally we got to drop the plays, but we in halftime right now. But it'll be all right. Normally we play the clip file guy DJ, but it ain't gonna work because
shout out DJ.
Shout out to Hollywood Media. We can put his picture up at least though. We can at least put his picture up. Everybody
Hollywood.
Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media, and then follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media. That's with 2 A's, man. Shout out to DJ, day one supporter of the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. We got to get him back on the show, man. I know he's busy. But we got to get him back on the show at some point in time, man. It'd be great, man. Shout out to DJ, day one supporter, brother to the show. Appreciate you so much. All right, man. We in halftime right now. And I want to get y'all perspective on this whole Caitlin Clark situation. I don't know if I know, but did y'all see the first take situation?
I seen first take. I seen Pat McAfee call her. I think, hey, it been going down in the WNBA though. I'm telling you,
man, it's been going down.
Telling you.
So, which side of the spectrum do you sit on? Do you feel like there's jealousy towards Caitlin Clark and other rookies in this class? Or is this or has this been going on and the WNBA has always been a physical game, and now because this there is a bona fide star that the league is trying to push, that she's getting the attention that now it's becoming a problem and it's being broadcast more? Because if you've been watching the WNBA has always been a physical game. They just don't dunk enough for me. But and I love watching the game, but it's always been a great brand of basketball. You've always had superstars. Everybody knows how I feel about Maya Moore. I call her the girl Michael Jordan, and stuff like that. But yeah, how y'all feel about that situation?
DC, you want to go first on that one, or you want me to take?
No, you can go. Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
The way I feel is like you said, it's always been a physical game, but like when Pat Bev did it to Lonzo Ball, it was just basketball. So let's keep it. It's just, you know what I'm saying. It's Ricky Hayes at this point. It's just y'all overhype the person, and she's getting Hayes. Televised. What you should do is spin it and market it. Make it a Larry Bird and Magic Johnson situation.
Did we not say he's at the beginning of the season?
Make it an Andrew Reese. Andrew versus Caitlin Clark. Make her the villain. Use that. Televise that. Push that.
We said this at the beginning of the season, because when the season started, it was 2 games that was playing. I was like, these ain't the games people want to see.
Yeah. The NBA is marketing this all wrong, bro.
They want to see Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark versus Camilla Cardoso and Angel Reese. They don't want to see the Fever versus the Chicago Sky. They want to see them players versus them players. I've always been saying it's been a marketing problem in the WNBA.
It's a marketing problem, bro. It's a true, and I think it's evident, Nick. It's evident more than ever. DC is the floor is all yours. I'm sorry, my brother.
No, you good, man. I agree with you. First and foremost, there's a marketing problem. If you get a product like Caitlin Clark, man, they should have just right now. And I know they're going out the roof as far as where their ratings have been, but man, they should have. When you have Sue Bird and all these people who've been in the WNBA, you can't tell me, man, the product presentation shouldn't be better. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I think I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it's a bit of everybody is just in their feelings, man. And then people starting to add racism in it, sprinkle that in it. And I think it's a lot of things, man. I think she's a great player. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's just like, let's take this great player and just make her like the most phenomenal men's, women's basketball player, including the men too, Kobe, Jordan. She better than all of them. Is that okay? Like, okay, now that's going a little too far. You see what I'm saying? I think it's just like a bit of going too far with the hype. You know what I'm saying? Colorado. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think Caitlin Clark is you know, as bad as Colorado. But I think it's a level 2 of you got some people jealousy on this side. Then I think in the middle, you got some people who've been like, bro, we've been doing this for years. Yep. And then y'all coming here like acting like we haven't been doing what she been doing for years. It's like they acting like, bro, Caitlin Clark invented basketball. So I see how some of the WNBA people feel, and I'm not taking away from Caitlin Clark. I think she's a great athlete, man. I'm not taking anything. I think it's a little overhyped. I think she's a great player, but I think it's a lot of resentment because it's like this player is coming in, dude, and y'all act like we just start playing NBA basketball. You know what I'm saying? When you have a lot of great NBA basketball players that have been playing for years and not getting the notoriety, man, I'll be upset too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, what is it that now with this one player we can start getting all of this attention? Yeah, what is it? I think it's a lot of things, man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with what you're saying. For the simple fact that
I agree with everything you're saying.
For the simple fact that you had Asia Wilson come in to the league, who I honestly believe should be, when you talk greatest basketball players to ever touch the earth, men or women, she needs to be in that conversation.
Sure.
And she's not, and we don't we don't say her name enough. I mean,
she ain't ready yet.
Who, Asia Wilson?
Nah, I would put Maya Moore in that conversation if I put Asia Wilson.
What I'm saying is Maya Moore's in that conversation. You have Maya Moore in that conversation. And you telling me, okay, so you saying you don't think Asia Wilson deserves to be in that conversation?
Not yet.
What the world is wrong?
Not greatest of all time. You got it, man.
I'm saying one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game of basketball. She gotta be in that conversation.
All right.
We sit here and talk about Patrick Mahomes being one of the greatest to ever play the game. He's still playing. Is he not? Does he not deserve to be in that conversation?
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's put it like this. We say LeBron is one of the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball. Does he not deserve to be in that conversation?
Yeah.
Sure. Where you leading us, Nick?
Asia Wilson has just as many. I'm gonna say just as many, but she has put her resume up against those guys' resumes. What's the difference? She won a national championship in college. She was, if I'm not mistaken, she was Gatorade Player of the Year. She was the #1 player coming out of high school, and stuff like that. She won National Player of the Year in college. She's won 2 league MVPs in the NBA. And she's won, and she on the way to winning a 3-peat in the WNBA. And possibly
once she get that 3-peat, we can talk.
Possibly winning the 3rd MVP in a row. So why is she not in that conversation as those guys that we mention all the time?
I'll ask you, is Steve Nash the greatest of all time?
Greatest what? Player? One of the greatest players of all time?
His resume, going back to what DC said, you look at his resume. His resume is outstanding.
We can argue that Steve Nash should not have won that MVP the year he won it. That should have went to Shaq. We can argue that should have went to Shaq. We can definitely argue that one should have went to Shaq. But is Steve Nash?
All I'm saying is it's too soon. Like, I would agree if we speaking after the 3-peat. That's never been done before. I mean, it has for the comments, I think.
Okay, let's look at this. You have a very minute of athletes that make it to the professional level. Out of those, you have a very minute athletes that are actually considered great superstars. And then out of them, you have a very, very, very small percentage of athletes that are just above them. And those accolades show it. Asia Wilson deserves that honor. She deserves those honors. I mean, am I wrong? I mean, like, what else does she have to do to be in that conversation. That's
no, I get it, man. I get it, but it goes back to this, Nick, is that you sitting up here arguing Asia Wilson, but Caitlin Clark's stardom has already surpassed hers. It's just what's mind-boggling. I think that's what's bothering a lot of people, is that you have people like that who are going on a three-peat.
That's what I'm saying.
But Caitlin Clark is getting more press than she is.
Why do you think that is, though? Why do you think?
I don't know, man. I don't, bro. I don't know, bro. It's just some people. It's just some people that, bro, they get a hype train. They get a hype train following them, and it's media lightning, bro. And it's just like a Shedeur Sanders. He is not the greatest quarterback in the college football, but he is the highest paid quarterback in college football, and he garners the most attention.
I agree.
And we know it's his last name, but you know what I'm saying? You just have those lightning rods sometimes, man, that just, and I get it, bro. It's just like, bro, think about this, man, with Bronny James, man, being invited to the NBA Combine. Mm-hmm. Bro, if his name was Joe Williams, he'll be sitting at home, bro. You see what I'm saying? If that dude's name was just Joe Williams and his daddy was a UPS man, he wouldn't be getting a run like this, man. He wouldn't be getting the attention.
But so Caitlin Clark has none of that. She has none of that. So why is she getting this? Why is she getting the press that she's getting?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me, Nick.
Look, I'm not scared to say anything.
I don't know.
Speak your mind, in, co-host.
I look at it as this. I think that whenever it's the same thing, and I remember somebody saying this. It's the same thing as the Eminem effect. You had a white guy that came into a black, was considered a black culture, and was just as good as some of the, or better than some of the black rappers that were out. I think that's what it is.
Okay, well, I kick back on this. I kick back on this.
I said we looking at her and she won some national championships.
Right, but she didn't though. That's my whole point. She did not win a national championship.
But I kick back on this with the race thing, Nick. I kick back on this because she is not the first Caucasian woman to be a dominant player. She's not the first. Like, okay, you can look at right.
So why didn't those two players, and I'm just naming them two because those are the most recent ones in modern.
Okay, name them again because I was talking about
Sabrina
Ionescu and Breonna Stewart.
Okay, that's my whole point. See, that's why I have to fight back on the race thing, because with Eminem was one of the first Caucasian dudes to that, and it's a lot of them out there. He was just the first to get pressed like that because there's a lot of cats that can flow. You know what I'm saying? But my point, I have to kick back on the race thing, bro, because she is not the first Caucasian woman to do it. You see what I'm saying? I could see if she was the first to do it, and then they just lifted her up. But you got some Caucasian women that came before her.
This is the reason why. This is the reason why I feel like she gets the publicity she gets.
What's the reason?
It's because of the flashy way she plays the game, and that's what they want to market. The way Stephen Curry, transcended the NBA, and the 3-point shot for the NBA is what Caitlin Clark is now doing for the WNBA.
Ionescu does the same thing.
I agree with you, but she's not pulling it from where she's pulling it from. Oh, girl, pulling it from down there. I mean, excuse my French. When she walked past half court, she letting it go.
Yeah, but
she shoot it at a high volume, but she ain't shooting it from 50. Like the way Curry and Dame Little shoot, they shooting it from 50.
Right, okay. and it's like I said, some people, and that's this whole thing, bro, is people are adding race to it, in which that's a component, but it's not all of it. I just think, bro, it's just a hype machine that's it's just a machine, dude, that's out of control. You know what I'm saying? They got this thing going when she was in school and college, and they got this press behind her. Not that she doesn't deserve it, but it's other players that could deserve the same press. You see what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Hey, kudos to her. She got it behind her. And I think, again, to repeat myself, I think a lot of people and a lot of players are resentful toward her because she does have the machine behind her.
So
you know what I'm saying? So I can't say it's all race because it's other Caucasian women that can ball.
Let me ask
they
you this
just
question.
didn't get the press.
If Breonna Stewart would have came in when she did, she would have had this press behind her. Do you think she would have gotten the same treatment that Caitlin Clark is getting now?
If she would have had the same press, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because again, like I said, you got so many great WNBA players. I'm talking about
charter flights because of her.
Think about it, bro. They saying like she's going selling out arenas.
It is, I hate that they blaming Caitlin Clark for failed media coverage.
Yes,
y'all are blaming Caitlin Clark for something that the media should have did a long time ago.
That too.
The media should have hyped the game up, but now the media is getting,
I think it has a political aspect to it as well too, because she's from Iowa, and Iowa is a very conservative state. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. That's why the Iowa caucus is one of the first ones that happens during the presidential elections every year. It's a very conservative state, and I just feel as if that's part of it as well too. I believe there's some political pressure behind this as well too, based on where she's from. She did it at a smaller school than what a lot of other people did. She basically carried a team. We can't deny she did that because she did. She carried a whole school team and things and stuff like that. She did it at Iowa, and probably the most, is nothing in Iowa for real. It's just Iowa. Is she the most special thing that came out of Iowa in the past 20 years? Is she just the story of the moment? What was the story that she brought, and she brought it and she pulled a team out, and people just looked at it and it was like, yes, that's pulling somebody up by their own bootstraps. Is that something that probably people linked up with and was like, yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we can support that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just curious to know.
No, I agree, and I just think it's too, man.
That's an aspect to look at it.
Yeah, man.
I didn't even know she was from Iowa. I just know she scored for 50.
Yeah, that's
she two-step, boom, boom.
Yeah, boom. Yeah, so I think it's a lot, man. I think some people trying to take away from her greatness, but I think it is a bit overdone. So
but the thing about it is, DC, what's frustrating is it's the media's fault. We blaming Caitlin Clark, and the WNBA still hasn't realized that you're sitting on a fortune right now.
Exactly.
I don't care how the people in the WNBA feel about it. If you can market every team as being a villain, making Angel Reese the biggest villain, and you keep putting that prime time, keep putting it in people's face, and stop. Oh, this hate. No, let her get roughed up. Make it theatrical, like the NBA does, and market it.
Yeah,
that's why the WWE is so. That's why the WWE is so profitable, because they build these guys up as superstars. It's a villain versus a heel versus a babyface, superhero versus bad guy. Who's gonna win? That's exactly what people like to see, and most of the time they want to see the villain lose, and stuff like that.
Like Angel Reese shouldn't be promoting the storylines for the WNBA.
Wow.
Like she's creating the villain storyline for them. She's giving them a marketing tool. They show ain't taking it.
Yeah, they could have been. And what's sad about it, like you say, bro, they could have been doing this. You know what I'm saying? They could have been doing this, and I haven't heard that angle. Like, everybody.
You had rivals like Brittany Griner versus Candace.
Yes.
You had Skylar Diggins versus Maya Moore. You could have did this with.
That's what saved the NBA as well when it was Magic and Bird.
Yeah,
it was Boston versus the Lakers, but it was really Magic and Bird. That's what saved the NBA. That's what brought the NBA to what it was and stuff like that. But it is what it is. Man, this show. Look, man, we suspending all rules. We ain't doing that. We just gonna talk sports, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not how we normally do this. Good. This is good, man.
Yeah.
We hope
that was a halftime statement, by the way.
We still got 2 more topics to talk about, and we at an hour. We normally would be almost wrapping up by now.
Hey, bring it, man. Bring it. Bring it.
Let's go ahead. We out of halftime.
Okay.
Get it. We whatever.
Just bring up the topic, Nick.
We're just going to the next topic.
Go to it.
In Water Cooler Talk History, episode 42. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man.
Let's go.
All right, let's go ahead and go to the next topic, man.
Okay.
Let's get to the SEC.
All
right. The SEC has added 2 teams. So we're going from 14 teams to 16 teams right now. Man, woo! I'm trying to figure out who's gonna be next. Is it gonna be Florida State? Is it gonna be Clemson? Is it gonna be North Carolina? Who's gonna be the next ones? Who's gonna be the next ones?
It's gonna be Florida State and North Carolina.
I think it's gonna be North Carolina. I think North Carolina gonna be the first one.
It's gonna be more than one team. It ain't gonna just be one team. It's gonna be Florida State.
It gotta be more than one team. But I think North Carolina gonna be number 1. And then I think
Virginia.
Florida State tied of the ACC.
I think Virginia.
That's wrong take.
Yeah, I think Virginia. I think North Carolina and Virginia would be first pick.
Why Virginia though, DC?
I think North Carolina gonna be one because the SEC headquarters.
North Carolina. But why Virginia though, DC?
Because what I think is the SEC is doing is, man, they're trying to get geographical TV.
Exactly.
So it's like Florida State is not going to help us. Florida State is not going to help us as far as expanding the footprint. All we're going to be doing is dividing the pie if we add Florida State. If we add North Carolina, now we got North Carolina now. If we add Virginia, now we got Virginia. We can take to the ESPN and say, hey, we have a footprint in North Carolina and Virginia, as opposed to being in our same footprint. Now we don't have to divide a pie. We can get more money. And I think that's what, bro. I believe the SEC, if they really wanted Florida State, they could have been had Florida State. Right. At first they didn't, but what I'm saying is that you don't want to get people in your same footprint because it doesn't expand the TV market. So if you're not expanding your TV market, you're not getting more money. Now you're just splitting. It's a brand. It's a brand, but it wouldn't be better as far as market expansion from the TV market than getting North Carolina. Because not only that, you're gonna bring North Carolina basketball and Virginia basketball.
Ooh,
you see what I'm saying?
I like that.
So
I like
that's a lot of money you're gonna be able to bring to the table and be like, ESPN, you're gonna have to renegotiate now.
All right.
But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay.
This is for you.
Okay.
I just don't want to forget.
Okay.
So I would take your Virginia and raise you Florida State and Miami.
Florida State and Miami, brand wise, is good. You know, I agree with you. Brand wise, is good.
The whole Florida though.
Yeah, but they already got Florida Gators. They already got that geographical footprint. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. But why not take over the whole Florida though?
I agree with you. I agree with you, man.
State,
man, I totally agree. But I'm telling you, the SEC, they don't look at it that way. You see what I'm saying? They're looking at how can we not expand the brand. They're like, how can we make more money? You see what I'm saying? If you like already got teams in Florida, you got that market. Think about it. If I'm let's go Alabama because we are Alabamians. When Alabama plays, we watching Alabama. You feel what I'm saying? So you don't have to expand. We gonna watch them. So if Alabama probably was in the ACC, we would still watch them because they're regionally a team we identify with. When people in Florida, they watch Miami, Florida State, and Florida. You see what I'm saying? So
Florida ain't been that
good. Now watch this. I don't watch North Carolina. I don't watch Virginia, right? And people in Virginia probably are not watching SEC football. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying as a whole, like, but if Virginia got in the SEC, they all in, bro. The state of Virginia is in. You see what I'm saying? If North Carolina got in the SEC, North Carolina is locked into the SEC. Which, like I said, Florida is already locked in. They already locked into the SEC because Florida State trying to get in. Florida won't in the SEC, so they locked in watching. But Virginia, think about Virginia. And if you go to Maryland and all those places, you going into Big Ten country.
Yeah,
you like just say for instance Ohio State. You know, and that probably that ain't happening. But Ohio State, just say if Ohio State, those people are watching Big Ten football. You know what I'm saying? They probably glancing at the SEC because it's good play. But if you brought Ohio State to the SEC, think you got the whole market of Ohio, the whole state now. So that's kind of what the business people are looking at, is expanding the territory more so than getting better brands. If that's how I see it, you know.
I want Virginia Tech though.
Let me ask you a question.
I want Vic.
Let me ask you a question. We don't want in a whole different direction, which is good. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good. It's good right here. But
Okay.
which new team in the SEC is going to have the biggest impact? Texas or Oklahoma?
Texas, man. No slight to Oklahoma, but Texas, bro. Texas is, to me, Alabama with burnt orange, man. They not even in here, and I don't like them already. You see what I'm saying? They whiny. They horns down. They whiny. They entitled. They want to come in and think they're going to take our conference, man, and do all this stuff, man. They parallel to Alabama. You know what I'm saying? They going to be my second most hated team, man.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
In front of Georgia.
Oh no. They 1-1-8.
Okay, I was about to say
1A and 1B. 1A and 1B, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, man. Georgia getting up there with Alabama as far as my getting on my nerves. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's because of where your residence is.
Yeah, man. I'm right here. I'm 30 minutes from Athens, bro. These guys. But yeah, I think Texas, man, because Texas big whiny. You know what I'm saying? They want their way. They kind of like Alabama, dude. You know, Oklahoma they gonna come in and take care of business. You know, enjoy the scenery. They just happy to be here. Texas, they coming in, man, with this big old bull or whatever it is, man, and just, you know, trying to take over. You know, they you know what I'm saying? Come on, arrogant, just like Alabama, man. But you
got that Texas oil money behind you. Hey,
all that, man. All that, man. Texas,
yeah,
man.
I gotta agree with you. I think Texas is set up for success early in the SEC. I think Oklahoma still got a little ways to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think I actually compare Oklahoma to how Auburn sits right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think they kind of in the same boat. They building towards something.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a year or two from now, they'll be on the scene once the recruiting and everything gets to the point where they need to be. Things, stuff like that. But now Texas is just ready made right now to come in and actually be a contender for the SEC championship. Like they could win the SEC championship next year.
I got them picked. I got them picked to go to the championship. Them in Georgia. That's my pick.
You got them in Georgia. I actually have hot take.
Okay.
Prediction. I got Ole Miss versus Texas.
Please no. Please no, man. Please.
I got Ole Miss versus Texas in the SEC championship game.
Who you got, Mark?
You know.
Well, you ain't give us your team. You ain't give us your most impactful. Who's your out of Texas?
Well, I gotta agree with both of y'all, but both of these teams historically have great records against SEC schools. But if we speaking right now, like Nick said, the Texas team is ready to go right now. Oklahoma still has, I would say, exactly like Nick said, a year or two to get some recruits in and use that NIL money to get some good players. But my SEC championship, I gotta go. I go Texas and I gotta go Texas and Ole Miss, like Nick said.
Thank you.
Man.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Georgia is gonna play a real schedule this year. They're not gonna be playing them little cupcakes over in the SEC.
And Carson Beck ain't got no weapons.
Hey, Georgia's gonna get some. And hey, if you've been listening to Kirby Smart lately, it sounds like he's been a little nervous about this season coming up. He's a little nervous. It seemed like he may be a little nervous. He got to play some teams. He got to go to Alabama and play, which he could actually lose that game in Alabama. I don't know if he will, but that's always a possibility when you go to Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa.
Carson Beck should be good enough to get through a Nick Saban-less defense.
Man, Georgia gonna drag Alabama, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Georgia gonna drag Alabama. Georgia gonna drag
Alabama this year. I think if any year
drag them.
If any year supposed to get ugly, is this year.
It's gonna get ugly in Tuscaloosa.
Wow.
I think LSU. I think LSU supposed to get ugly this year too.
Listen,
whoa! Wait a minute. Am I hearing two people say Georgia is going to dominate Alabama and
Georgia
LSU
going
dominate Alabama?
Georgia going.
If any year Alabama supposed to get dominated by some teams, it's this year.
Yeah, Georgia, and the reason I say that, bro, is because Kirby Smart he know right now, and this is how I feel with Hugh Freeze, bro. If you got to assert dominance right now in the SEC, when Nick Saban walked out the door, bro, you lock that door and be like, okay, we finna get down to show who this hot caller is.
Same thing, DC.
Yeah,
if you
now
go dominate, you gotta be right now.
We gotta establish who the shot caller on the yard is, man.
What you gotta do is you can't let them get no head coach confidence. You gotta keep having them fire head coaches left and right to the point that they just hate that Nick Saban retired.
Yes, Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart, man. Kirby Smart.
That's what you gotta push. You gotta push them to pay Kirby Smart to come back.
Yes,
that's how bad Alabama got to be sick to their stomach.
Yeah, Kirby Smart, bro. He got that killer instinct, man. And Kirby know when he go to Alabama, whether he do or don't, Kirby Smart gonna be trying to tear Brian Denny down, bro. Watch.
That's the biggest thing that Alabama messed up on is not being able to get Lane Kiffin.
Yes, watch. And Kirby Smart gonna try to tell Alabama. Brian Denny,
not just Kirby Smart though. Lane Kiffin finna try to tell Alabama. Everybody who stepped foot in Brian Denny Stadium gonna try to make sure all that renovation they did is horrible.
All right, then. I hear y'all. I'm gonna sit back and watch. I don't think Georgia's gonna make. I think this is Ole Miss's year. I think Ole Miss got something to say about it. We're gonna see.
They gotta play Georgia head to head, Nick.
They do, and I think Ole Miss got something to say about it. I think Ole Miss.
Okay, go back and look at the last 2 times Georgia played Ole Miss, man. Georgia broke them off, bro.
Bringing back experience now. You bring it
back.
So
is Georgia. So is Georgia. So is Georgia, man.
What experience they got? Carson Beck at quarterback. That's it.
Sometimes that's all you need. Now, Nick. Don't bite out more than you can chew.
I'm
SEC experienced quarterback can get AJ McCarron got national championship. I'm
not a Georgia follower, man, but Georgia, man, go put them things on Alabama.
All right.
They gonna put them things on Alabama.
I hear you. I can't wait to see this.
But it ain't just like Nick. My take is it ain't like this is what I'm saying. You gotta put them things on Alabama.
You got to, man.
It ain't like you know what I'm saying. You can just sit around and let Alabama build up confidence because if they do it, if they beat Georgia or if they start getting confidence in this new head coach, the media gonna Caitlin Clark him quick as
yes.
It's gonna be a problem getting him up out of there, and it's gonna be another. We're gonna look up and it's another 20 years of another Nick Saban protege that just took over. So it's just like right now you gotta go ahead and spoil that milk for them.
You do. You do, bro. You do.
That's a great conversation. It's a great conversation right there, fellas. That's good. I'm liking this.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Get up out of here, man. Because before we get up out of here, I wanted to ask y'all this question. All right. I saw this on Instagram. Okay. I'm gonna actually condense this down. So I want to get y'all to talk on this. You get free front row seats, right?
Oh yeah, to any
sporting event. All right.
I already got my answer.
I'm gonna give you 4 options.
I already got my answer. If you give me the option,
you got Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Okay.
The Super Bowl.
Okay.
College football playoff, national championship game, or a boxing match.
Who in the boxing match?
Let's go in a prime.
Oh, if you say Mike Tyson to Holyfield.
This is hypothetical.
Okay.
In a prime. Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali.
What?
Bro, that ain't even no question, right?
That ain't no question. I'm going to boxing.
I'm at the boxing match. I'm
Hey,
at the boxing.
I'm going to the boxing match. Hey, that hypothetical was just
Okay.
I'm going to the boxing. My album was Super Bowl.
Let's change it.
All right.
In their prime, Oscar De La Hoya in his prime versus Mayweather in his prime.
Ooh,
that's a good one. I'm going Super Bowl still. Then if that's I'm
going Oscar De La Hoya and Mayweather. I'm going Oscar De La Hoya and Mayweather in their prime because I watched the Oscar De La Hoya when they was in wheelchairs and I was mad, but but they made us mad. He go, I thought I won the fight. No, you didn't win the fight, man. That was 10 years ago. But yeah, straight up though, I go to the Oscar fight and I go to that fight. Second, I go to the college football
playoff.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna rank them.
Okay.
So the first one would be Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It'll be Game 7 of the NBA Finals. It's nothing like a game. To me, there's nothing like a Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Game 7 of the NBA Finals 1.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm going college football playoff. Number 2. College football playoff national championship game. That's where I'm going. Number 3, I'm going Super Bowl.
Dang.
And number 4, I'm going boxing match. The reason why I'm going boxing last? Yeah, I'm putting boxing last. The reason why I'm going boxing last is because, and this is just personal for me, I didn't really watch that much boxing growing up. Like I didn't sit down. Like we didn't order a pay-per-view to watch boxing.
We did. Yeah,
we did. Like I was like the first boxing match I saw pay-per-view was Mayweather Pacquiao.
Really?
That was the first one that I bought.
Oh, when that happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what's crazy. That's the fight I'm thinking about is Mayweather and Pacquiao when they was in wheelchairs. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When you said De La Hoya, I'm thinking Pacquiao. But I got
that's the first one that I bought that I bought and actually watched pay-per-view.
Okay.
All other fights, I would watch the highlights.
Yeah.
I was watching highlights.
Yeah, that's the one I was mad at is the Pacquiao. I'm thinking Pacquiao in my head, but yeah, that's the one I was mad at. But yeah, we used to order pay-per-view and all that. But so you didn't watch the Tyson Holyfield fights? Nope. Oh my God, man!
First time I watched the whole Tyson Holyfield fight was on YouTube.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, bro. We talking about the one when he bit his ear off, right?
Yeah, man. I was friendly center on that, bro.
Watching the entire fight from beginning to end was on YouTube. That's the first time I watched it.
Yes, we saw the pay-per-view. So yeah, man. I would put what's crazy, man. I would put the NBA Finals last.
Really? Game 7 last?
Game Finals, I put it last, man.
Man, that's crazy.
It'll be right on my list because it's team dependent for me. Like,
what would you be? You said what now?
It'll be third on my list.
Third, yeah.
It's team dependent.
Because if it's Game 7, that means it was a great series.
Okay. I understand that, but it's still like certain teams don't hold my attention no matter who they are. But the Super Bowl to me, Super Bowl to me would be number one off of just experience alone, no matter who playing. Like the Super Bowl from the halftime show to it's the biggest one of the biggest show. College football will be second because I love college football.
Me too.
Third would be the Game 7, and fourth would be boxing for me.
But y'all throwing boxing up.
Yeah, I think what I've noticed is I think a lot of the seasoned people would say boxing first. No shade to you, DC, because you're not seasoned. You still young.
Yeah, you call me seasoned. Go ahead, man. You let that in there. You put me in there. You put what's my man name? You put me in there with man. Yeah, you put it with Tim, man. Me and Tim together, bro. Threw me some shade, man. That's okay, man.
Auburn fan for it. I was born. No. Like what I've noticed is a lot of the older generation, they always do a boxing match, and I'd be like, what was the allure of a boxing? They'd be like, man, you just don't know. Like when all the celebrities just come in one spot.
Yes.
Two dudes beat each other up.
Yes.
Like, it was just something about it.
Think where Tupac got shot at.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they was at a boxing match, bro. Yeah, that show you how big that was, man. That's where they were when he got shot, man.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
That was the thing, man. Boxing is like, man, it's so far from where it was, man. You know what I'm saying? It's so far.
You got to just to impress at them boxing matches, DC. So what you stepping down the aisle in?
Oh man, I'm coming in there like a man off American Gangster. I'm in a full length.
Oh yeah, I said
I'm in a full length chinchilla, dog.
Not Bumpy Johnson.
Chinchilla in that thing, man. You know what I'm saying? What's up with that chinchilla hat tilted to the side and everything?
Everybody gonna be like, oh, he just did podcasting
like American Gangster, man. You know what I'm saying? $100,000 chinchilla. Worst mistake he ever made, man.
Exactly. Worst mistake he ever made.
Hey, man, let me ask y'all this, man. And I don't want to extend y'all out, but I want to ask y'all this. And I cannot believe Travell Fitzpatrick is nowhere to be found after he caused all this dust and thorn rocks and
man.
All riled up about this NCAA stuff, man. Nowhere to be found. Where are you, Travell? Man, this man, bro, if you look at my comments, bro, we done went back and forth. It's like about 30 to 50
that's why
comments.
He went back and forth with Nick also. That's why
I saw that. Yeah.
That's why I extended the invitation.
Because if you reply to the comments, you'll end up having literally like 8 different conversations about different topics, and you trying to understand, you trying to give your point back and forth.
Bro, I love it. I love it.
I can't even do it.
Me and Travell be in the comments at 3 a.m, boss.
I see that. That's why I told him. I told Nick this morning, I was like, I'm gonna try to get my brother on, get DC on, so we can get all this taken care of.
Yeah, me and Travell be in them comments, bro. You know what I'm saying? But my phone be smoking. But I'm like,
you be in the comments how much your battery started dying?
Bro, I'm getting it. Yes, I'm there. That's me. I'm there, Nick. My fingers hurting. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, not to feed off Nick, but that's a seasoned man's game.
Yeah, bro. Hey, man, I'm going. Y'all need to stop that. That's ridiculous. Hey, but man. That's ridiculous. Hey, man, but for real though, man, on this NCAA thing, man, I'm like, bro, I guess we're gonna have to extend this show for Travell since he got us talking about it and ain't showing up, man. Now we gotta extend it again.
We gotta do it again. We gotta do it again.
Do it again, bro. You hear the people. You see the episode. Get in the comments and
man,
and tell why you can make it today.
Come on, Travell, man.
Yeah, we gotta do it next week.
Calling you out.
We got the next one on.
Yeah, he told me he's gonna be at the show, but he also said, I'll be around for the water cooler when they record. I can be around, and then I can be around on Sunday when y'all go on. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm thinking your boy gonna be on here today.
I thought he was gonna be on here too, DC. He canceled last minute.
Me too.
Travell, you got me out here like on studying on NCAA and all this stuff, bro, and you ain't here. Okay.
So you gotta come with it, man. You hear the people, man. To be continued.
To be continued, man. Last thing, Nick, your boy Felix called you Freak Nick. Do you like that name?
Felix? Who is Felix?
What are our cats on? He be on there. Listen to Have You Heard every week. Felix and he gave you a new nickname, Freak Nick. I was like, bro, this Freak Nick.
My God,
Freak Nick.
Yeah, he got it, Freak Nick.
I'm good. I'm good. I don't think that's cool. Another man saying I'm Freak Nick. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know.
Hey, but we do support. This is Pride Month. We do support. This is Pride Month.
Oh my God.
No. I'm just looking at the context.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was and the
Bro, he threw me off when he said, "What's up, Wolfman and Freak Nick?" I was like, "Freak Nick? What? I don't know, man." I told him I was gonna ask you how you feel about it. So
Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that one, nah.
Oh no,
it's a little weird to me. It's a little weird. That's all I'm saying. That's a little weird. It's a lot weird if you ask me.
Come on, hey, Nick, you got a fan interaction, man. Fan interaction. Gotta bring him back, man.
Yeah, he'll be on the Sunday, man. He'll be on the Sunday.
He'll be on the Sunday. Freak Nick? Not Freak Nick.
No. Hey, now you doing that stuff. Now you doing like I was doing with the Roll Tide. Now you doing like I was doing with the Roll Tide, man.
Speaking of Roll Tide Willie, have you seen the new video rolls for Roll Tide Willie? He just put one out where he's testing another beer and he puts some underwear on over his jeans.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
And on the jeans is, I guess the name of the beer company.
Come on, man. Come on,
and
man.
on the jeans it says, "I have a small wiener." But that's
come on, man.
You gotta go see the video. Oh my god, hilarious, man. Roll Tide Willie, man.
Marcus, you follow Roll Tide Willie?
No,
you know, you ain't.
I know the Drewski video, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually seen the video you talking about.
He put his foot in the fire. These feats have been where no other man have been.
That's what's up, man.
I see that video, man.
I need to put that intro on the show. Now, man. That's what's up, man.
Funny.
All
right, Marcus,
awesome, bro. It's been
we
awesome,
got no
bro.
drop for you today. Who you giving the Waterboy Award to?
I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Felipe. What's his name? Musco.
That dude in the major leagues.
Well, he's Googleable now, so he's the first ever major league active player in 100 years to get suspended for gambling. So he's very Googleable.
Wow, man, really
smart guy.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is, though, I thought I read somewhere where it said he only won like 4.3% of his bets that he was putting out.
He did, Nick, and that seems to be accurate because I seen the same article. Maybe it's accurate, but Lord, a lifetime ban.
Lifetime ban.
You're a dummy.
Golly, he got a lifetime ban.
He ain't even 25.
No, he ain't, Nick. A lifetime ban though. He gonna be at the house until he gonna go back. He going back to the Dominican Republic.
He gotta go back home and play.
We'll see him in international play.
Wow.
He'll be all the games. He ain't gonna be in MVP no more.
That's
sad situation. But this brings up another question though. With gambling being so prevalent in sports, with sports gambling being so prevalent, and I'm gonna ask this: why can't players bet on games? Now I know we have this whole integrity thing of the game. This same thing that I keep hearing with college football, the pageantry of the game, which I think is just some type of made up word. Well, it's not a made up word, but it's some type of made up fallacy to get people to not want to pay players. But sports betting is so prevalent. Alabama just killed a bill that would have brought sports gambling to the state and would have brought billions of dollars to the state and would have helped the state.
I don't know what Alabama be doing, bro.
I don't know either. And we ain't even got gaming.
I don't want to build it. Y'all be tripping.
But why is it that with sports betting and sports gaming being on the rise, what is the problem with players betting on games that's not themselves, that's not against them? They betting on a whole other game that had nothing to do with them.
They still feel like you can change the outcome of that.
Yeah, you can still point shade, man. If just say for instance, if I'm into the bookie and then you and Marcus play for the Colts, and I'm like, hey man, I'm in the bookie, man. I need y'all to do me a solid.
Exactly.
I'm betting on y'all, bro. I need you to do this for me. I'm betting on us. So I'm gonna put this bet down since you know we can bet on other teams. I'm gonna put the bet down. What you want me to put on it? So you can still shave, man, indirectly.
I got you going for under 150. So when 125 play hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand. I just want to ask you. Actually, this is for you know the audience out there. I want to hear what they gotta say. I completely understand why, because you'll have guys like the dude that it wasn't UNLV, but it was Arizona State. I can't remember his name, but he was point shaving. And, I was remember watching a documentary on it. I can't remember his name, but he was a college player, and he was point shaving and things stuff like that happened while he was playing college basketball. I can't remember his name, but I understand. I understand exactly why it's not happening. But you have integrity sports of the game and stuff like that. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, that is what it is, man. It's been a great show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's been a great show.
When DC come, it's nothing less than an hour and 30 minutes. You already know.
I know. DC, Tell the people they can find you at, boss.
Hey, man, y'all can find me at Auburn_Addicts on all platforms, man. If y'all want to talk some Auburn football, man, we here. We just talking Auburn football, and I'm with this knucklehead at Tight Sports who talk Alabama football. So we have a show called Iron Bowl Debates we do every year, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're an Auburn fan, bring your Bear aspirin to deal with this dude. But yeah, Auburn Addicts on all platforms. Y'all come on, like, subscribe, man. Let's do this.
Yes. And me and Marcus are the Water Cooler Talk podcast. We here every Wednesday, giving you our perspective on sports as we sit around the water cooler. And we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us, man. Also, man, me and DC got a show over on his channel every Sunday, 6 Eastern, 5 Central PM, called Have You Heard? Where we just sit back and just talk about everything sports, Auburn related, and sometimes we go off into other stuff as well. But great show.
And then during the season, then Mark gonna be on there. The whole crew get together.
It's gonna get crazy.
We'll be back.
Us, y'all see what happened last year.
Drill Bell will be there as well, so it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Marcus, what you gotta say to people before we get up out of here, man?
Man, shout out home team, man. It's good to be back, man. This is fun. Fun, man. Shout out home team. Shout out 334, man. Shout out everybody who I always shout out, man. We here.
Yeah, man. Shout out to 33446, Macon County, Tuskegee, Booker T. Washington High School, man. Shout out to the University of South Alabama for giving me my degree. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to my wife, love you. Shout out to my mom, love y'all. Shout out to the whole fam, man. Appreciate y'all so much, man. We here every week, man. We back. Football season is around the corner. July is almost here, ladies and gentlemen. We at the beginning of June. It's almost here. Unofficial start of football season is almost here, ladies and gentlemen. So we appreciate y'all so much, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk podcast. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us. And as always, before we get up out of here, y'all have a good one. Or better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. One love. Peace.